Welcome back to another episode of the Resellers Mindset Podcast. My name is Mike, also known as the Used Book Guy on YouTube, along with my friend and fellow full-time reseller, Johnny B. We help people start and grow their reselling businesses from the ground up. We also have a weekly Zoom call and private Discord for all YouTube members. Head on over to youtube.com/usedbookguy to join the channel and gain access to the full-length podcast, Zoom call, and private Discord today. Let's get into this week's episode.
What is up, everybody? Welcome in to another episode of Resellers Mindset Podcast. We are going to predict the future. Maybe I should have bought one of those 8 balls, right? And we could shake it up and ask it questions, and that'll decide what happens. Yeah, and a Ouija board and everything. So we're going to talk about what we think is going to change over the next year on Amazon and eBay. And I think, the big one is like, hey, eBay AI, right? Oh, if I got to see another eBay AI video, I'm going to, I don't know, gouge my eyes out, because that seems to be like all that's getting pushed on YouTube is eBay AI. You're going to get rich. You're going to make your life a lot easier. I do think this is a change that is coming, whether we like it or not. And this is kind of the baby steps of it being implemented at scale. AI has existed for years and years, and it's gotten smarter, better. It's becoming self-aware, right? Like the things we're all worried about happening, this is happening, right? But it is going to be a necessary change in the eBay space. And I'm not as familiar with how the AI works. I've seen the videos, and there's multiple different resellers out there with different AI programs. And it sounds like it could be very beneficial to some, but then again, it's like with anything, it's not going to be beneficial to everybody. But I do think this is it, right? It's not like all of a sudden AI is going to go away. So you got to kind of get with the times, or I don't know, dude. What's your take on this AI gold rush that we got going on?
Several things, and I'll preface with this. This has been a big topic discussion over in Tech's group, and I'm sure someone or Tech himself has said some of the things I'm about to mention, so I'm giving credit where credit's due. And this will be a paraphrase, not an exact quote from people. And the things I'm going to spout off are things I kind of agree with. I'm going to see people list a lot of crap. They can list faster now, so I'm going to see a lot more crap on eBay. Not necessarily quality listings. And the AI tools, I think, will differ on what category it functions better on than others. Like there'll be ones for clothes, and I think there'll be ones for shoes, and I think there'll be ones for media, and I think there'll be ones for this. And then you're gonna have your catch-alls, which may or may not be on par with the specialty ones. I think the more specialty ones will shine a bit more as far as this works like a champ kind of deal, because they narrowed their scope, right? I think the broader scope ones, they'll be better over time. It's just going to take them longer because there's so many different things to account for. And another one I'm going to see probably is I'm going to see a lot of people go out of business, honestly, because they're gonna okay, I can do 100 items a day now. I was never able to do this before, so now they're ramping up their spend, right? Well, just because you can list a whole lot doesn't mean a whole lot's gonna sell, because you need to understand what actually sells. So again, what comes with the crap comes with, well, I have a quota to meet, which comes with you spending more. And if you aren't outselling your spend and covering your bills, well, you're going to go out of business. That's just how it works. I can go on and on, but I'll toss it back over to you, ping pong ball style.
It's tough, right? Because you're saying the change on eBay is going to be more junk. I 100% agree with this, because if it's quote unquote easier, then people don't care, and they just click the button and and then it's out there. So I do agree there's going to be a lot more junk available on eBay because of AI. And the thing I'm going to talk about next is the change that we're going to see. It's with Amazon, dude. I mean, it's tough. It's harder than it's ever been on Amazon, right? Thankfully, everybody can still start selling used books. Sure, you have some gates, but there's been some pretty big gates that have come down this past year. I think personally, over the next, year, we're going to see more gates based on volume. So the more you sell, the less affected you're going to be by this. And I think that's just a natural progression of Amazon not wanting to deal with the small part-time seller. Can you still make a lot of money doing this part-time? 100%. But I do think there's going to be more hurdles that arise for the part-time or maybe the full-time seller that isn't pushing, you know, 10, 15K a month. I think you are going to see more of these because Amazon's just trying to protect themselves from Joe Blow selling items that are counterfeit or might be counterfeit on their platform. And I think, I mean, I'm sure you agree with this. There's going to be a lot more hurdles in the future for smaller sellers on Amazon than they probably are aware of.
I agree with that. And with that, I think what's going to happen is we're going to see more cross-pollination, whatever, in other categories, like even more so than just media, because you can be books, CDs, and DVDs, right? But I can see it coming down to books, DVDs, toys, just because of the gates got a lot harder, but you can compensate in volume by just dipping into another category. Now, will this come with its own set of problems? Sure. But I think resellers will adapt toward the multi-category solution is what they're going to do versus get out of Amazon entirely. Like, well, they cut what I could send in by half as far as my options. I'm just going to dip into this other one. Now I'm back to a hole, which may mean more units you need to send in to get the margins, which will maybe your box size has to be weird and different now. Like maybe you need to box a box, or it's just going to make your workflow different. I'm not going to say more cumbersome because we as resellers, we adapt, we overcome, and we move forward, right? I just think the landscape for the part-timers is going to be totally different. Now, will bulk operations still exist? 100%. Those will never go away because they could just compensate with put more on the conveyor belt. We'll just get through it. That's what I see on the Amazon. Now, another eBay one I see with the AI thing is I think that, I mean, we talked about there's going to be a lot of crap listings, right? But what about the people who are doing good listings with AI? That's going to make your non-AI people hurt a lot more. Now, what I do with my listings, I don't think it's going to be there in the next couple of years, but I think it'll be there at that point, and then I'll probably need to jump on the AI bandwagon myself. I mean, I'll keep monitoring these things, but right now, the quality listing I do is just superior than what AI can produce with my photos. Like, I take a lot of photos. It should be able to get the same details in there. But when I'm trying to get an illustrator that isn't mentioned in the book and I can only recognize it by the cover art on the front cover and the AI can't, I win. Because I just know those artists, I know their signatures, and I'm able to do it pretty quick. Now, AI can also do the same thing, but again, it's gotta be told to do that. It's gotta specialize to do that. Until I see that, I win so far. I beat AI. Now, can I sling up 100 books and not do that item specific? Absolutely can. But I like including that because that is a separator from my eBay store. And if people care about that stuff, will care about my listings. That's just how it works.
What do you think the changes we're going to see in live selling over the next year?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You think somebody buys whatnot?
Like as a buyout?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could totally see them being bought out. I forget if they IPO'd or they went public or not. If they're not public yet, I could see somebody coming in wanting to make them public, lickety split, and clear $10 million off their purchase. Um, but then you got board of directors and all that fun stuff that comes with it, but you're making more money. I could totally see that, or I could even see Whatnot shaking up a bit and they become more of a staple than they already are. Um, they used to advertise like crazy early on. I've seen very few advertisements these
Yeah, you're right.
days.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
pumped a lot of advertising dollars out there. Um, Now not so much. So I don't know if their selling pool of sellers is growing or shrinking. I would like to know that, but I don't think that's public information. And same for their audience. Is it growing or shrinking overall? Um,
What's up, Amazon sellers? We wanted to take a second to talk about GoToLister, the software me and Johnny both use to list and manage our inventory and grow our businesses. With the fastest listing speeds out there and built-in profit analytics, it's a no-brainer. Easily and quickly have items available for sale using 2D barcodes and get more for your items with its built-in smart pricing. Make sure to check out the 30-day free trial at gotolister.com/Mike or using the link in the description below.
It might be out there. I might do some Googling on that later. But even let's say there's a new live selling, like TikTok has live shows, I think now as well. Whatnot does it. Um, what's that
You
other
think
one?
you think eBay ever gets their shit together and their eBay Live is actually feasible?
They're so slow to innovate. They used to innovate every year. Like there's a section on eBay where you can look at the timeline of what they do, and it used to be gigantic per year, and now
Now
it's
it's
like
just
5 things per year. Like we partnered with Bonanza, or we partnered with PayPal, and you don't see any of these big plays anymore out of them. I think the last big play we saw was with cards. I think they bought out Golden and did something with card market because they've been pushing cards and they've been pushing shoes and they've been pushing auto parts. That's their focus. Um, so I don't know about eBay, man. They're just so slow to innovate, and their innovations are very, very particular that don't apply to book people hardly at all. I'll be
yeah, yeah.
honest. But if you're a card guy, that was probably a great innovation for you, but I'm not, so I kind of shrug at it. The one before that, we saw the photo increase. Now we can do up to 25. I think that's good. You could do a video now. I think some things do need videos, like music boxes. Does it play? Or anything that has like an on and off switch. Does it turn on or off? Here's a video proving that it turns on or off.
I think you should get a recorder and
Does it play?
you get one of those little book spinners and like you charm the book as it spins. Every single listing it's you playing a little recorder and the book's just spinning around to your sweet recorder tunes.
Oh man. Well, okay, here's me doing a book video. I flip the book. It doesn't fall apart. Book works as intended. I mean, what do I do with a video for a book? That's the only thing I could think of. And that's a legitimate thing, maybe if you're dealing with antique books, like doing a flip to make sure it doesn't fall apart into a million pieces. Because I guarantee you, there are some antique booksellers who don't even open the books. They
Yeah.
just and I've opened a lot of antique books, and I'm sorry, a lot of them just fall apart, or there's a loose page. And it's like,
Fun fact, the ones I send you in your consignment boxes, I don't flip them open. So if you find any money, just make sure you cut me in on some of it because I'm not opening. I see no dust jacket. That's a Johnny book. I don't even care what's going on the inside. There could be
well, if there's
guns.
a box safe in there, I'm keeping that, Mike. I'm sorry, you'll never know.
Just give me like 20 bucks, dude. I don't care about the rest. Just cut me in a little bit.
I'll send you the book safe back to you.
I yeah, empty.
Empty.
Here, there's a safe in your book. Oh yeah, what was in
A
it?
little note
Nothing.
side that says you've been looted.
Yeah. And then next week on the podcast, I'm just sitting here by myself because he's gone because it was loaded with gold. I'll
Found
have,
diamonds from World War II. I'm retired now.
I think I have enough Johnny recordings that I could create a Johnny AI and you guys wouldn't know the difference.
Just some little frames, maybe with or without a hat. It's the only thing.
I think another change we're going to see is uh I know this is crazy. I think overall there will be more resellers, but I think people that actually turn it into a real feasible business will be less. I think
Yeah.
there's so many different ways to make money now, and people are so distracted. And you could argue that reselling is definitely not the easiest way to make money anymore. Like Johnny was saying, like just look at the TikTok affiliates and the influencers that are out there that are making hand over fist dollars and they're just selling the dumbest stuff. I think reselling is still a great, easy way to make money, but I think the younger generation is making it even easier to make money on some of these more, I don't know, flashy business models, right? Like TikTok affiliates, flashy, like social media influencers, flashy, like it kind of has the popularity rolled into it versus me and Johnny who are just like, oh, we just list things and sell them online, right? Like there's really no flash to it. So I think the younger generation's more, they want more flash to go along with the money. So I think there will be more new sellers, but I think there'll be less people that survive from the newer sellers than say last year or the previous year because I just think there's so many different models. Just go on YouTube and search, I want to start a business, and you will have 100 different businesses you could start today. Like it is crazy how much opportunities out there.
Yeah, I think you're right because th- everybody says this, but I think it's more true, or I've seen it more as a truism lately. The the amount we're getting paid isn't going up that much if you're working a normal job, but all the external expenses are. And when that happens, you look for other means to make income, whether it's flipping furniture out of your garage, or it's picking up reselling, or it's, I don't know, getting a part-time job. And the amount of people that want to get a part-time job on top of their full-time job is you're going to try to get out of it however you can, and you're willing to buy into things like reselling. So I think you're right. We're going to see an influx. I think it's already happening, but I don't think we'll see the height of it for another year, maybe year and a half, where there's just going to be a lot of little guys. And nothing wrong with that, but I don't expect a lot of those little guys to make it because what we do is actual work and it is a job, even if you're doing it on a part-time level, even if you're doing it on a hobby level. Um, and the people that stick with it, they're going to try to get out of their full-time job once they see the potential and power and understand everything, because it'll take them a while to understand everything, and it'll take them a minute to get ready to leave their full-time job, because people who work full-time job, they got security, right? Job security is a thing. This reselling thing, I don't know if it's so secure. So they're going to question that for a minute till they prove to themselves that it is secure. And they can only do that by understanding and knowing what they're doing, and it works. And those people, well, welcome to the club. You're with
Yeah.
us.
The fees are going to go up regardless, right? Because shipping
Yeah.
goes up. So whether eBay raises its fees or Amazon raises its fees, postage is always going up. So guess what? You can guarantee you're going to be paying more to ship the same items you are today, come next year the same exact time. That's just, I mean, this is like cemented now, right? Like every single year, it's not even every year now. It's like what? Post office is putting out raises like every 6 months now, right?
Mhm.
Media mail's crazy, dude. I remember media mail used to be under $4. Them days are gone.
Yeah, I remember paying like 324 when I started, or 374, something like that. It's been so long, I can't remember the exact dollar and cent now. I don't even do media mail anymore. I'm a first class mail because of insurance and coverage and all that. But even that's going to go up. I mean, the little ounce, I remember I shifted something the other day from 12 to 13 ounces. It went up by like $1.50 for 1 ounce, for one single ounce. Or when I have to send stuff into California, it usually starts at $5+ versus everywhere else in the country. But yeah, I think you're going to see where the shipping label costs more than the item. I think you're going to see that at some stage here shortly, actually. And they're getting rid of bound printed matter next month, I think, or maybe they extended it. But anyway, I think bound printed matter is getting phased out at some point. So, yeah, even that's changing. And the guys that ship in $3, maybe they got to ship at $4 now. Um, yeah, and I don't think I answered your live selling. I think we're actually gonna see a probable increase there because the fees, like we're mentioning, people are going to get fed up. Because what do I see on forums? Either it's eBay or Amazon or any other thing. They complain about fees. So they're going to look for a fee solution. Whatnot fees are pretty good. I'll give them that. So they're going to go on there. They're going to try it out. They're going to try to grow it. I think that is a hard grind. Um, And there's going to be some successful people, not saying they're not people that try it out, but I think there's going to be a lot more people like, man, it's just easier to ship an Amazon box. I'm going to go back to Amazon, even though the fees, you know what? I'm never going to complain again. That last line is false. They are still going to complain.
I uh I gotta try this, dude. I seriously do. I'm gonna dress up as Michael Myers and sell books on whatnot. Right? We all know Michael Myers doesn't talk. I don't gotta say nothing.
So you're just going to show the item?
That's it. Front, back, open it up. I think there's still, I think that's a change we're going to see. We're going to see more gimmicks in the live streaming realm. They
I
kind of
like your
already have,
Michael Myers gimmick. I really do.
yeah, you don't got to know nothing. You don't got to say nothing. All right. You just sit there. I think we've kind of already seen it with the giveaways, right? Like people think you can just start on whatnot. And I see these huge sellers that do these crazy giveaways. And it's like, what are you going to give away, Johnny? And I'm like, well, I got a half drank can of Dr. Pepper. Maybe somebody wants it, maybe not. That's the reality of it. I do think over the next year, we're going to see more people pushing bigger numbers than we ever have before because people that see this as an opportunity and treat it like one know they can get the results. I think we're going to see some new people probably emerge in the reselling space that are doing seven figures, which I'm fine with. And that's just because people recognize the opportunity, right? So the
Yeah.
change here is new people come on. We already said there's always more new people trying to sell. Like Johnny said, everything's going up. So everybody's looking to add a side hustle, right? Everybody needs more money today. So I think there will be some new people that kind of get into the fray here and start pushing crazy numbers, which is good. And kind of to wrap back to the Amazon land, when it comes to the overall amount of sellers, it's harder on Amazon to get started. I think, it's tough, man. I still go to some of these library sales and I see these crazy people and I think to myself, like, if you rely solely on the library sale or you rely solely on the thrift stores, it is hard to grow a business into six figures just being reliant on one single thing. So I think the change we're going to see here is more people trying to secure ongoing relationships, which we should have been doing from when we started, right? Like our first initial conversations and emails before we even stepped foot in a thrift store should have been to some of these bigger opportunities we have to consistently get inventory because the
I mean,
change we're
I
going to
just
see.
picked up one a consignment, right? Some of these people I've never had a conversation with, yet I still get their books and still do business with them, and I cut them a check.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what it comes down to. I think the change we're going to see here is maybe the quality of sources get worse because more people are securing behind closed doors deals, right? Like
Yeah.
more people have the relationship, so they get the stuff before it hits the sales floor, right? I think we're going to see more of that in eBay and Amazon land because the people that are serious about this know that's the only way this scales anymore. The thrift store life, you can scale it, but that shit is a grind that 0.01% of people are cut out for. So I think the change here is going to be thrift store quality, I guess, is going to continue to go down.
All right, I'm gonna get on a little soapbox here.
Uh-oh.
It's a positive one, kind of. Let's talk about what used to be called the American Dream, right? So, the American Dream, you work really, really hard and you get to retire. You probably get a Rolex at the end of your retirement and a big old party, and then you grill or go fishing for the rest of your days, right? That is nigh impossible with America today. Unless you're a business owner and unless you get really good investments at your day job. Um, it is super hard. Like my old man, he invested in the stock market. He worked for professional companies like IBM, Concentrics, those kind of things. You know what? He's barely beating retirement. He spends on average, with him and my mom and with their medical bills and all the other things that come with older age, they spend about $150 a day. They need to spend $100 a day and they can't get their expenses down anymore. And he's 72 years old. He's thinking about getting a part-time job to get that extra $50 a day because Social Security, retirement, his stock portfolio, his 401k and portfolio, his T-bills, they ain't cutting it. That's the traditional American dream. And he didn't get a Rolex. He got a cheap grill, is what they gave him. When he started, they gave away Rolexes. They don't do that when he retired. They cut that out. But yeah, so we have to work harder. And here's what I'm going to see happening. I'm going to see a bunch of resellers coming to the American dream of reselling because it's the only American dream left outside of starting a small business that potentially could grow into a big business. So, working really hard doesn't mean you're working really smart. You could do a lot of hard work and make $0. The people who do both of those things, work hard and smart, those are going to be successful people. And those people can go off and have a chance, a shot, a stab in the dark, and be successful at the quote unquote American dream of today. Because it don't exist anymore like it used to. Sorry, if you don't like what I'm saying or you think it's a little too political, well, I don't care. I said what I had to say.
It's the truth. I mean, I think another way I can spin this in a positive light is I think more people that are reselling and taking it seriously are now thinking about retirement than, say, resellers maybe 3 or 4 years ago, just because of the climate we're in with rising costs across the board. And I'll tell you right now, I invest every single day, and I just pulled it up. I just do. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't give a shit. You want to put your money in Peanut Coin, do whatever the hell you want. You want to put it in Johnny Coin, do whatever the hell you want. I just do mutual funds. I'm up 6.54% so far for the year. It's not crazy, but hey, my money's making me money. I don't want to work forever. I don't want to resell forever. And I do think now there is more awareness than there used to be about what are we going to do here, right? Like Johnny just said, if we're busting our ass and we're making money, but we're spending all the money, future Johnny and Mike, holy shit, we're going to be
We're gonna end
behind the
up in
eight
a
ball.
state home. We're gonna end up wards of the state, Mike.
We're going to be Me and Johnny are going to be sharing a tent under the underpass, right? Because everything's going to keep going up, and every dollar we're going to make now until we hit that point where we want to get out of the game, it's gone, right? There's no you have to start thinking about it over the next year. If you're not, hey, I need to start planning for the future of this, right? I need to start putting money away. I need to start investing money. I need to start doing something where your money starts making you money, because we do resell to make money, but we take that money to make more money. That's basically the whole game. It's like the shell game, right? Like we sell something, we make money. We want to take that money to make more money. And then we want to take some of that money for inventory. We want to take some of it to grow our whatever our exit plan. You got to have an exit plan. These people that are like, I'm gonna resell till I'm 90. Good luck, Chuck. That's all I can say to you, because it's not feasible for me. I know it's not feasible for Johnny. Like the money we make over the next however long we plan on doing this, we'll just say 15 years. We should be able to put enough money aside so when the time comes and we want to say, okay, maybe that time doesn't come. Johnny loves his damn books. Maybe when he's 75 years old, he's still licking sci-fi paperbacks clean. Hey, okay. But if he wanted to, he could just be like, hey, I'm just going to live off something here. So I think over the next year, we're going to see more people become financially aware when it comes to retirement, because I think the economical climate we're in currently already has people thinking about this, right? Because you said it, costs are going up every single day. People that are retired, they're not making no more money, and the costs are going up every single day. So us as the younger folk, sitting here at the ripe age of, let's see, I was born in 88. It's 2025. I'm 37 years
You're
old.
37 because I'm a year older. So
So like I and it's not like I just started investing this year, right? Like Johnny said, when I worked for CVS, they match your investment. So I've been investing over the past probably 12 years or so.
you rolled
I
over your
do
401k, right?
hell yeah.
Okay.
I ain't
There are
cashing that.
so many people that forget about their 401ks when they leave a job, and it's your money. You can roll it over to whatever
Yeah.
you're doing
Or
currently.
people cash it out and they get taxed like 30%.
Yeah.
I do think there is a lot more financial literacy and understanding of how, I mean, think about like, what is it, the FIRE movement, right? I think that's what it's called, like where
Maybe.
people want to retire like super early and they just see, I want to live off X amount. I think there's a lot more financial awareness, but I do think, over the next year, we have to start thinking about the future of resale. And I think we will see that overall. But back to the eBay and Amazon land. I think in Amazon, we see more people get suspended, banned off the platform. I think it'll be the same on eBay. I've been seeing a lot of people getting canned on eBay lately on YouTube. I've been getting recommended all
Really?
types of videos about people getting banned. Yeah, yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
Hope I don't. It's gonna be one of your items that gets me banned, Mike, and I'm gonna be so mad. But yeah, I think predicting the future for both Amazon, eBay, whatnot, Etsy, all of them, it's the ladder to success is gonna get taller and taller. It's not as easy as it was back in its day. Now, the good news is there'll be a new platform that comes out that will be a staple, and if you get in early, great. But 99 out of 100 of them are going to be flash in the pans. And how much endurance do you have to try out all these new ones coming out? Not many of you will. There's going to be some people that try one, and it's the one that sticks around, and you're going to make a lot of money. Good for you. That's like a lottery ticket kind of prediction stuff, right? But to the tried and true staples, your Amazons, your eBays, I'm even going to throw Walmart in there. Um, it, it, it's just going to get harder. And I think I'm going to see. I think I'm going to see a lot people start using the services offered by the platforms more, like their prep centers, or they store it and ship it for you. Because I think even Amazon has a thing where they could ship it to eBay for you
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to see people migrate in there a little bit. People that understand that this is a service, because not everybody understands the services offered by Amazon. And to be fair, Amazon doesn't make it easy to understand their services.
Yeah.
Um, but I could even see Walmart getting folded in the Amazon umbrella. Like, we'll ship to Walmart too for you. Well, now you have a lot more fulfillment cross listing, I guess I'm going to call it, because that's essentially what it is. Um, and prep centers. I think I'm going to see a lot more people use prep center things because the days of running out of your garage and your storage units, it's going to get the the volume you're going to need to do. Well, you got to decide. I'm a volume guy now, and you got to be all in with that, or you're like, I need to do volume, but I don't want to live the volume lifestyle. So my solution is prep centers, which is fine, and prep centers do a good work. Like if you're the refrigerator guy, that's a lot of space. That's a lot of warehouse space. So please use a prep center. That will probably actually save you money than a gigantic warehouse and workforce.
Uh, I'm gonna wrap it up with this one. I'm gonna piss everybody off, Johnny, because
Good.
that's what I like to do.
Do it.
It won't be everybody, because not everybody falls into this category. There will be more old timers that complain that reselling is dead and go out of business in the next year than there ever has been before. And I say that because the platforms are changing so much so
Yeah.
fast. And like Kmart, these old timers think their blue light specials are still going to save their business. And I hate to be the bearer of news. It ain't going to happen. And I think that's just, you got to adapt, man. I mean, think about this, dude. How much has changed on Amazon in this year? And we're, at
So
the time of
much.
recording this, we're basically July 1st, so 7 months. How many different things have happened on Amazon this year that have completely made us think about what the hell are we going to do? Is this the end of our business? Is this the beginning of a new business, right? Like, this is the reality of it. And I think a lot of people are not on board with change. Not a lot of people are even capable of change because they don't have the financial, or they're not putting in a knowledge base around other opportunities to where if the time comes they have to change. So I think more people, we said it, more people are going to be coming into reselling, and guess what? More people are going to be closing the doors and turning the lock for the last time, because you got to adapt, dude. I mean, look at, you got this consignment business now. I'm super focused on trying to get some bigger bulk sources. I've been putting a little bit more hours in. I'm super focused on trying to build my inventory and getting the
Two
money while
years
I can.
ago, you fought me so much on getting a storage unit. And what do
Yeah.
you have now as a storage unit? You had to adapt, you had to do it. And dude, times are changing, and the space you need to do this business, like literal space, whether it's at your home, a storage unit, dedicated space, a warehouse, eh, you just need to do more volume, more units. At least to play the Amazon game. I mean, you could talk about a high ASP game, but I think that's a harder game to play than the volume velocity game, honestly.
It's crazy to think about, what the next year holds, just because we kind of just said so much has changed in the past 6 months. I mean, even in the eBay front, this whole AI thing, the Amazon front, they screwed up the buy box. Like, we're one big change away from this game being 99% different than it is today. Like, tomorrow we might wake up and everything's different.
No, here's what scares me because they said for Amazon, no more fees. But you know what? 2026, they're going to hammer us with fees.
Oh
That's
yeah.
going to bring out a lot of people. A lot of people are going to go out. Their margins aren't going to make sense. They're going to have to switch or pull out. Because I'm predicting, since they said it in 2020 25, no fees. My first thought on that email, how hard am I going to get hit in 2026?
You know?
Because they don't need to make that promise a second time. But I understand the reprieve, but I understand the aftermath punishment they're going to give us the following year.
Yeah, so like what you're saying is that we would have been better off taking a 1% this year, 1% next year, because now they got the pass. So instead of it being 2%, theoretically, it's going to be 5% overall because
They're
they're
going to
going to be
knock
like,
us with a 5% punch, is what's going to happen. It's like, oh, it's my margins. Oh, heart
yeah,
attack.
Yeah, dude. All right. We appreciate y'all watching on YouTube, listening on the podcast platforms. We'll talk to y'all in next week's episode.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Resellers Mindset Podcast. Today's full episode and all previous episodes are available to all YouTube members, along with the weekly Zoom call and private Discord. Head on over to youtube.com/theusebookguy and consider joining for as little as $2.99 a month.